Wow, I have finally finished the sketch. I can't wait to start working on the line art. This looks like trash. But how? The sketch looked so nice and fluid. Maybe I should give up on line art forever. Line art is one of my favorite steps when drawing, but that hasn't always been the case. I use it to really struggle with line work. And if you're here, it means that you're probably having a hard time too. But don't worry, because I have 5 simple tips that will certainly help you. Starting with tip number 1. Your sketches are just too messy. Have you ever watched a speed paint of a really good artist and they have a very loose and messy sketch, and then they simply draw the line art almost out of nowhere and looks amazing? Well, that's because they already have years and years of practice and don't necessarily need a very clean sketch to work with. But that's still very hard to do even if you have a lot of baggage, because when you have a very messy sketch and you try to do line art, your brain will be divided between guessing where the lines should go and making the lines. While if you have a clean sketch, your brain can focus only on making the lines. And by clean, I mean clean enough. You'll need to experiment to find how much you need to clean a sketch before inking, because different styles require a different level of cleanliness. Speaking of styles, not every line art is the same. There are many ways an artist can do their line art. Some artists like to work with very clean and thin lines, while others, like me, like a bit more texture and line weight. Some artists don't even do line art, and you might be struggling with inking because you're just trying to learn and do the wrong style of line art for you. This is less about being capable of doing a certain style and more about finding the style that you like to do. As an example, I don't like super clean line art. I love lines with imperfections and texture. I can make very clean line art, but I just don't like how it feels and looks. Just don't use this as an excuse to not improve, okay? Be sincere with yourself. Take a look at your favorite artists and see what kind of lines do you want to bring to your work. Different artists use different tools. And for my next tip, I have something a bit controversial, I guess? Let's talk about brushes. Well, for me at least, I believe that brushes will not make your art better by itself. But I also don't think they don't have their use. Let me explain. Brushes in digital art are your tools, and having tools that you're comfortable with is important. For some people, a brush with no texture and opacity might be the best, while for others it might be the complete opposite. For me, I like brushes that allow me to make my line art feel more traditional. They have some texture and the density and size varies with the pressure. I made my own brushes. They are available at my Gumroad, but you can use whatever brushes feel right to you. You can even make your own. And if you want to make custom brushes, I highly recommend this tutorial by Manu Mercurio. Just please remember to not get too obsessed with finding the perfect brush. Brushes are just tools, and tools can't replace actually learning and improving your art. Now, even if you have the best tools in the world, there's still one thing that will make your process way harder than it needs to be. You are trying to go too fast. One of the hardest lessons that I'm still learning is to not rush my art. We live in a very fast-paced world, but with art, if you're rushing yourself just for the sake of speed, you'll probably lose more time trying to fix that same line over and over and over again than actually making progress. Art takes time, and speed will come with practice. If you practice right, eventually the process will become more enjoyable and faster. Emphasis on faster and not fast, because as I said, art takes time and there is nothing wrong with that. All of those things already made my inking process a little less tedious and more fun, but they wouldn't have made any difference without my next and final tip, which is line confidence. One of the most important elements when it comes to line art that does not have anything to do with style, brushes or anything else is something called line confidence, which is basically your ability to make the lines exactly as you intend to. And line confidence is probably what changed everything for me. Because when you have confidence in your lines, doing line art just becomes really fun. And again, that's something that requires quite some time to develop. There are many exercises that help with line confidence, and I really like those on this video by Dr. Draw and the whole ghosting method on drawabox.com. I develop most of my line confidence doing those exercises over and over again. They might be a bit tedious, but just put some music and have some fun. Also, Drawbox is a free course that I'm still doing, and I highly recommend you check it out. It's a course about developing your 3D thinking skills and how to make lines and a lot of really basic but important stuff. This is not sponsored, I just really like that course, and again, it is free. And there you have it, 5 simple tips that I hope will help you stop struggling with line art and make the process more fun. If you have some tips on how to improve line art, or if you want to add something to any of my tips, you can do so in the comments. I really hope this video has helped you, and a huge thanks to all of my patrons. Wait, what do you mean I don't have a patron? Okay, I need to figure that out. But meanwhile, if you want to watch me doing some line art, you can do so in this video where I redesigned my VTuber model. I hope you have liked this video, and I hope to see you in another adventure. Bye!